Good morning, and the sun is back, and we've just spent some time at the services filling up with water, emptying the toilets and giving the tops of the boats a bit of a clean. Nigel's still mopping away there. Now we're ready to set off down one lock through Milton Keynes and hopefully to Fenny Stratton. But we shall see what happens.
And we're properly off this time.
Long line of boats coming out of Cosgrove, so more tick over.
Went up to the Iron Trunk Aqueduct that we had a look at yesterday. Contrast to the last aqueduct.
So here we are, just coming into Milton Keynes. And we're in a queue and there's lots of moored boats. So we could be in Milton Keynes for quite some time.
Great Linford Manor.
Past Milton Keynes Marina, which is sort of at the end of Milton Keynes, although Milton Keynes doesn't really end, it just morphs into more built up areas. Moored at Fenny Stratford. Pretty enough place, lots of boats moored, so presumably that's a recommendation. And it's time for a very late lunch. So it's been a fairly busy day, but doesn't stop us going for an explore to find Caldicott Lake. Dancing mayflies. One attacked Judith. And here is Caldicott Lake. Looking lovely in the sun. And this is one place I would not expect to find a Premier Inn. But there we go. What a wonderful walk. Never knew it was there. until we got off our boat and explored Caldicott Lake. The Red Lion by Fenny Stratford Lock. And who do we find in the pub? But Nigel and Peter.
Another pub.
They've gone for the pub with no walk option.
Yes. Yes. Well, cheers.
First pint of Wadworth 6X.
Yeah, first Prava.
Well, good morning from a rather grey Fenny Stratford. The Met Office says that it should be intermittently sunny at the moment, and that it will be sunny later. So let's see whether they're right this time. And we're heading off to Leighton Buzzard, where there are shops. I've read mixed reports about mooring in Leighton Buzzard, so we'll make a decision when we're there as to whether we stay or just move slightly down the canal to more picturesque moorings.
And we're off. Just by the boat named after my favourite beer. Just going off to the lock, Fenny Stratford, accompanied by these gorgeous swans.
Here we have an interesting lock with a swing bridge in the middle of it. And there you go, pedestrian access re-established. So it's funny how the light changes the scenery. And I always think the colours look more muted and more like a watercolour in this sort of grey, slightly misty light compared to the bright sunlight that we've sort of got accustomed to. And here's an interesting historical point. There's the arch on the bridge that lets boats currently into this lock. But there's another arch, and that used to let boats into the single lock alongside the big double lock. And that single lock was designed to help with water conservation, so that a narrowboat was not using the big double lock if it was on its own. Of course, the single locks have now long gone, but the bridge arch remains. And here we are at the 3 Salisbury Locks, as the name of the pub might suggest. Just 3 locks, not a staircase, just very close together. There's the helpful CRT lockies setting the next lock for us, so we can come out of one lock straight into the next one. Thanks guys. A little harsh. Personally, I thought they were a really good band. Just coming into the leafy outer suburbs of Leighton Buzzard. Lines and lines of moored boats. I think we have to get used to this as we go south on the Grand Union. And here we are in Leighton Buzzard on a 2-hour mooring right next to Tesco. So we're going to have lunch, and then we're going to go shopping, and then we're going to move on.
And we're off again. We've done Aldi shopping, Tesco shopping, and also managed to pop our recycling in the bin. Recycling bin, obviously. So that's all good. And have lunch. So we're off to find a nice spot just a little further on. Bambi. 60 years since any trains went over here. Now it's the cycle route. Nice day for a paddle. Just going under the A4146. Beam come in.
Moored up at Grove Lock, and from memory that pub is excellent. And we have crossed the sort of boundary because that's a Fuller's pub. Remember a couple of days ago we were at Cosgrove having a drink in an Everard's pub. So we really are in the south.
Buckinghamshire, I think.
Buckinghamshire, Julie's just told me. And I think we're going to chill here and have a pint later. Another day, another pint, another pub.
And
No walk.
I've become a bitter drinker.
Yeah, turn him into a bitter drinker. There we are, you see.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Pink cider.
Fuller's London Pride.
Yeah, first pint of London Pride, first of many. Okay, let's leave it there. Enjoying a pint in the pub. Looking forward to our cruise down towards Aylesbury. That's where we're going next time. Hope you can join us. And in the meantime, please like, comment and subscribe.